record and we will start. Welcome everybody. Yay. It is June 9th. It is the first team talk of the month and I'm so excited because I have so much to cover. But first, let's start off with some really good fun stuff. Some recognition. Yay. All right. So you may or may not have seen already, we had 4 promotions on our team last month. It is the biggest month we've ever had as a team. And I'm so I'm getting chills. I'm so incredibly proud of you guys. We had Diana and, oh my goodness, I'm blanking because I'm so excited. And Nancy promote to lead. And then Nancy Wilson promoted to lead. And then Nancy Torres and Natalie Sands have promoted to certified. Woohoo! Incentive level 1 so far. So when the incentive is not actually technically over, it doesn't end until the end of the month, but we have some people who have already earned incentive level number 1. That is Nancy Wilson and Diana Mendez. Woo! Congratulations, ladies. A couple of our friends, our teamies are very, very close to certifying for the first time ever is Gina, who's not here tonight, but we wish her well. She's only $80 away. That is so doable. And then Melissa, I'm so glad you're here because you also are like super, super close. You're pretty much one party away from certifying this month. So yay for that pay raise. That'll happen when you do. And then I know a lot of you guys who are brand new, you accepted a challenge to become certified this month. So hats off to you for accepting that challenge and doing the big scary things. It is when you do those things that are scary that the payout, the reward eventually does happen. And it's super exciting and you get all jazzed about your business. Woohoo! What's next? A few events that are happening over the next couple of, let's say, weeks, I would say. This Saturday, we're going to have a Scentsy social with our team. It is nothing business. I mean, we'll probably end up talking about business, but it's just purely for fun to get to know each other a little better. I'm calling it Morning and Mugs. Yes, it's morning. I know I'm a night owl, but it is a morning and mug. So bring a coffee mug or whatever you put in the mug and a tea, whatever. And this Saturday, it'll be, I think we're going to do a Facebook room on our team page because I think that worked out pretty well last time. And it'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it might not be mug time. What would that be? It's noon, your time, Melissa. You could still have coffee at noon. All right, cool.
It's always mug time.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to have coffee is what I'm saying. It could be an Irish coffee. There we go. What else is happening? Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be posting 1 post per day for the next 3 days. Information about a booking blitz. I know I mentioned to a few of you guys what we were going to do a booking blitz this Thursday. I've actually changed it because I feel like it's too late in the day for our friends in the East Coast. I think it's also because it's right after work for a lot of people who are full-time employees still. I don't want you to be or feel scrambled. So I think we're going to do instead, I've modified it a bit. We'll do 1 post a day for the next 3 days with information about a booking blitz. You might wonder what the heck is that? That's basically, I'll get into it. And then over the course of the weekend, so you'll have Saturday, Sunday, and then even part of Monday to complete a booking blitz on your own. What is it exactly? It's just a dedicated time where you are promising yourself that you're going to invest in your business and you're going to ask people to book a party with you. And we'll get into the details. Don't feel nervous yet. Or don't feel nervous. I'm going to break it down so it's a lot easier. But that is going to happen over the next pretty much a week. We'll do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you'll have the whole weekend to kind of go for it. Next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow, will be our Work It Wednesday. Kind of a social, but not really. It's if anybody is having a hard time being accountable to doing the work that they want to do to get the income that they want to get with Scentsy, then Work It Wednesday is a way to stay accountable in kind of a social way. So basically, we'll go onto the Facebook room, not a Zoom, just a Facebook room, and I will work my business with you in the same room. You'll work your business. If you happen to have a question, like I'm here to help, but it's just like an hour to meet up, work your business, be accountable, and have some fun. Do your business, but not like with your friends, if that makes sense. Totally optional, but I do recommend it. It is next Wednesday. Hopefully it's at a time that works for you, 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If that doesn't work for you, maybe you can find a buddy, like, not to put you guys on the spot, but Melissa and Denise Chaveria, hopefully I'm saying that name right, Diana Chaveria, I don't know how do you say it, her last name, but she's in New York, she's in the East Coast, so if you want to like make a buddy and plan something with her, since you guys are the same time zone, that could work. Again, you don't have to, I don't want to put you on the spot, but that's something that I've done before with things like this. Last event, Scentsy Family Reunion. I know a good handful of you guys have already signed up for Scentsy Family Reunion, so kudos to you. Pat yourself on the back if you've done that already. If you haven't and you don't know what I'm talking about, oh, let me see. Got some more people joining us. Yay, Crystal's here. If you haven't already, go to the events tab and you'll find it. You'll be able to register there. I believe it's $11 or $12 to buy the ticket. You will get a link to have access to all of the information, all the trainings. You guys, if you have never, like, this is the 1 year to not miss SFR because it is so affordable. You have 30 days if you happen to not be able to join live. You have 30 days to watch the trainings. It is phenomenal speakers that they plan. I don't know how they're doing recognition this year because normally we get to walk the stage. If you've earned Shooting Star or if you've earned Sensational Star, you get recognition. If you've earned a trip, you get recognition. It's really fun. Highly recommend that you invest a little bit and you spend the time to watch the trainings. I know I will be watching them. I'm so excited. All right, take a breath for a second. I forgot my water, of course. Getting to the training part of tonight. So if you have a paper or pencil or even your phone to make notes, go ahead and grab one now. And I'm actually gonna grab one myself in case. All right. So the meat of tonight, I want to talk about a few things that are kind of pertinent to things that are happening right now in Scentsy land. One is how to take pre-orders. I know that was a question that came up a couple of times, and I wanted to kind of share that information. So for an example, our, what do you call it, Baby Yoda or the child, it's so funny, the child, I was talking to someone and they're like, I'm just gonna hustle the child and be active this month. And I'm like, awesome, that sounds terrible. Don't hustle a child. But anywho, so how to take pre-orders. So we don't technically have a way to like collect money with a card, sort of. So that can be a little bit confusing. So how I take pre-orders, I start to advertise something that I know is going to be coming out. Like eventually we'll know the release date for Spider-Man. I still don't know, we haven't heard yet. Keep checking the news tab daily. Or if you see it before I do, share it to our team page. But I have my order form and I say, and about a couple of days to a week before something gets released, I start advertising it. Hey, this is happening Monday. So that way I'm not holding on to their information for more than a week. It just feels awkward to hold on to money that I'm not buying their product with for longer than that. You do you. If you feel comfortable, you can do it as early as you want. So for the child, for example, it comes out Monday, you can start advertising it and say someone wants it. Great. I want to make sure that I get their order in right away. I don't want to have to wait to call them or text them for their payment information on the day that it gets released, because guess what? It's likely that it's going to go back on back order. Hopefully it's not, just because of the fact that they already did pre-orders and they're already sending those out. But for anybody who missed that pre-order, I don't know how many more that they have, and I don't want someone who wants it to have to wait longer to get it. So I'm going to do my best to put in that order as soon as it's available. So my goal is always 200. So I'm going to shoot for $200 in pre-orders because I know I'll be able to save everybody shipping, and then I get the freebies. Yay. So what would that be? It's we were just saying, Jenny, is it $40? Nod your head yes, if that's, yeah, that's $40 PRV. So you're going to need roughly, I don't do math in my head very well, 40. That's 120 is 3, 160 is 4, about 5, 6, let's just say 6 or 7 pre-orders of Baby Yoda to make it a party. I'm blushing, you guys, because I'm just not good with math unless it's on paper. Okay, so you're gonna collect all their payment information, and wait, let me backtrack. Collect all of their contact information in case something happens, and maybe they're just like a friend of a friend who recommended you, and you don't know them very well. You wanna make sure you're able to contact them in case something goes wrong. So always, like, number one rule, get all their contact info. At least name, number, and email. If they don't want to give you their address, like, that's their thing. But I always say it's for tax purposes, and they don't even give me any argument. Next, you're gonna, let's say they just want the buddy and it's a $40 PRV, or no, I take it back, a $45 subtotal. You want to match the subtotal. So you don't know technically what is going to, here comes Melissa, yay. Sorry, Melissa, watch the replay and yeah. So you don't know what the tax will be because it's going to be, maybe they want it directly shipped to them. Well, how are you going to figure that out? So what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your workstation. When you're talking to them, you're getting all their information. Great, let me get your contact info so I can figure out your tax and your shipping. And you can determine, oh, sorry, hold on. You're going to be able to determine your tax amount through the workstation. I never trust my own research abilities to figure out what the tax will be. So what I do is I create a mock order. So let's say my goal is 200 PRV for Monday's pre-order, or maybe, you know, Spider-Man, when Spider-Man comes out, you're gonna do the same thing. You are gonna create a Baby Yoda or the child pre-order party. Call it whatever you want. That's just what I would label it, so it makes sense to me. And you're going to add their name. You're going to add them as a guest in the party on the workstation. And then obviously you cannot add Baby Yoda to their cart yet because it's not available. But what you can do, you can go and find something on our website that is the same price, the same subtotal, and add it to their cart. Now, if that's the only guest and that's the only pre-order you have, it's gonna add the 4 on $8 shipping because it's under a party, right? Or it might be, I'm kind of talking about 2 different situations, so bear with me. I probably confused you a bit. We're talking about party for now, not direct shipping. So for a party, obviously it's gonna, that $8 shipping will change once that party becomes $200, 200 subtotal or more. So that subtotal will change. So how you do that is I'm the host, right? Because I want to claim those host rewards. So I'm gonna add a diffuser or 2 or 3 until I reach that 200 PRV mark. And then now I'll go back to refresh their cart and I'll see the proper party shipping amount. So I double check my shipping with a mock order. When it's Monday, I will delete that pretend thing that I used as a placeholder, and I will enter in, I'll submit it with the Yoda, with Baby Yoda. So does that make sense? So that's how I always double check my shipping. Now, of course, if it's direct shipping, you won't need to pretend, you know, to buy diffusers and then delete them later once you have that 200. Obviously, direct shipping is going to be, depending on the amount that they order, between $6, $8, or even more, depending on their order size. Hopefully I didn't confuse you, but now what you'll do is you'll ask them, you know, what is your payment preference? This is what I accept. It is your choice to accept whatever payment you prefer. Some people are comfortable accepting checks. I'm not one of those people. I prefer, unless like they're a friend and they're like, it's their grandmother, you know, like I kind of make the exception. But I prefer card as my number one because I can easily just submit that. And I always double check my card information because on that Monday morning when the Yoda is released, I don't want to get hung up on having numbers switched in a card because I wrote them down wrong. And then I have to call them and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm entering your order and it came back declined. I'm so embarrassed. You know, that's a little uncomfortable. So I always want to double check my order, my card number that I get from them. Another way, comes out Monday. Yes, he does, Jenny. Another way to go about collecting payment information is Venmo, which is one of my my other preference. I have hair in my mouth. You can also do Zelle. Zelle is really cool because it goes straight to your bank account. You don't have to worry about transferring it. You can also do PayPal, which is not my favorite because people tend to click on this is for a good or a service, and then there's a fee that gets taken out, and I don't get the full payment amount, and I have to cover that with my own money, and I don't like that. So I usually don't offer PayPal unless they ask. And then Apple Pay. I have an iPhone, so I have Apple Pay. That's another really cool way to accept payment, but I always collect payment before the order comes or before I submit their order because I don't want to get stuck with something, paying for something. Like I won't order something unless they've already paid me. It's just my standard business practice. Also, collecting pre-orders ahead of time will give you a chance to transfer that money to your account, whatever card that you end up using to pay for your order. It'll give it time to get there, so that way you're not using your own money to pay for their order and then waiting for it to transfer to replenish or reimburse you. Like that's kind of iffy. I don't like doing that very often, so I try to avoid it. Sounds good? Thumbs up if that makes sense. If anybody has a question, feel free to unmute yourself. I'm going to keep going. Cool. So many of you are new, and I know a lot of you who will watch the replay are newer. Yes, you can work your business collecting orders individually, talking to people individually. Hey, I'm a Scentsy lady now. Here's a catalog. Do you want to place an order? I wouldn't say it that way, but that's just the basics of what happens. That is great and wonderful, but I want to teach you guys that parties are where it's at. Why parties? Because when you create your first list of people that you know in your life, those people, 10 to 100 people that you know immediately in your life, they're not going to carry your business on past 4 months. They're going to order once or twice a year, but that will not sustain your business. A healthy business keeps having new customers every couple of weeks, months at most. I wouldn't wait longer than that to find new customers. How we use our list, the original list, if you will, is it's not who we know, it's who the people in our life, who they know. Because that's how you end up branching out and getting new customers. And how I do that the most efficiently, I feel, in my own personal business, maybe you prefer events, maybe you prefer fundraisers. It's up to you, but I'm just giving you my experience. My experience is parties are the funnest, because hello, mom break, or also it's because I like to see people in person. Now, obviously, right now we're holding back on home parties, and that's okay. I still count it when I don't have to put my kids to bed. I get to have a break because I'm doing a Facebook party. So types of parties that we currently can have that are very successful right now. Online parties like bingo or scavenger hunt parties. I haven't trained on that. If you want to go find out about scavenger hunt parties, go look on YouTube. You find a good video that you love, come share it on our team page, because I haven't had a chance to really look into that, but I've heard they're really fun. You can even do a Zoom party where it's something like this and you're just talking about Scentsy and how it works and how awesome it is. You can do like a raffle kind of Zoom party. There's so many different options, but parties are where it's at, because now you're not just reaching one person with one order, you're reaching many people who potentially could order and place and also book a party with you, and then those people will order and book a party with you, and those people, and all of a sudden you've got a consistent business where you're having 2, 4, even 8 parties a month, depending on what you prefer in your schedule. Basket parties are another thing. Diana did a great video yesterday. She mentioned my fancy one. Okay, I did not buy this full price. I rarely buy things full price. I waited for this to be on sale, but it is the Scentsy branded basket party. You can do that. If you happen to have a handful of testers, maybe like I try to pick a couple of them from each scent category. So a couple bakery, a couple of floral, a couple. So people will find one that they love, even though they might not like bakery, they're going to find something floral, so forth and so on. So literally in 2 seconds, I grabbed this from my office, and you can call it your Try Me bag or my Try Me basket. So I've taken about 30 testers in a pencil box. Wait till September or August and they'll be back at Target. But there's 30 of them in there. And then I have catalogs. I would obviously have a few more in here. Order forms, a Scentsy Fresh, and a scent that I don't really love. I'm not going to use this in my house, but I'll be happy to let someone try it for a weekend. And then I'm going to let them borrow a little mini warmer. Why not? I'm not using this in my house, and it's definitely older. I need to clean it before I would let anyone borrow it. But if something happened to it, I'm not going to be totally worried that I'm not going to get it back, or if it gets dropped. I can always just order another one with my next party that I submit and use the rewards. Maybe a room spray. You can do a bar that you don't need or want anymore. So this is another Try Me basket. It's a really cool way. Maybe you have a friend that's kind of cynical. Let me borrow. I'm gonna let you borrow my basket for the weekend. Or maybe you have all kinds of laundry products that you don't really want the scent anymore or something. Or you earned the laundry products through hosting your own party. Let someone borrow them, or go over to their house and say, hey, can I do a load of your laundry? No one's gonna tell you no. Can I do a load of laundry and I'll help you wash the dishes? Take Scentsy dish soap, take some hand soap, take some laundry stuff, go hang out with your friend, maybe have her invite 2 or 3 of her friends, and then call it an afternoon, have some tea or some vodka, no, some sangria, that's better. And then there you go, that's a party. You're also getting to meet other people. It's really fun, and now they're trying the products, they're falling in love. When people feel the products in their hands, they usually have a larger connection than when they're just seeing them in person or in a virtual way. But that's one way to let someone borrow. Hey, what's coming up? 4th of July is coming up. That's too far away. Well, think about it. 4th of July, I'm almost positive people are going to be having barbecues. Whether they're allowed to or not, I won't say. But let someone borrow your stuff for that weekend. They're probably going to go camping or something. Let them borrow your Scentsy Go. They're going to go on a road trip. Let them borrow your mini diffuser. Make sure that you have an agreement of when you're going to get it back, because you don't want someone to have something for way too long. The things like these are my employees. They make me money. And if they're with only one person and they're not coming back to me, going back out to a different person, they're not very good employees. So make sure that you agree beforehand. Like, hey, borrow this weekend. I'll come back Monday to pick it up. Make sure that's agreed upon beforehand. So definitely lots of parties. It'll keep your business sustainable. Bring back my bar. This is going to be for people who have been around for a little longer. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to show you how to find this information. And actually, I wonder if even though you are a newer consultant, your customers might have been Scentsy purchasers before. I wonder if their information will stay with them and not just with the consultant. You should try this anyways, okay? Try and look for this anyways, even if you're not a seasoned consultant. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, I think my whole desktop is proper. So this is how, it's busy. I have a mess, pardon me. All right, we're gonna log onto the workstation to look at this report that will help you with bringing back my bar. So over here, you're gonna go, I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see it better. Whoa, that's too big. This is reporting. You're gonna go to reporting, and then you're gonna go to not view my performance, but if you wanna know how your PRV is or how your team's PRV is for the month, view my performance is where you go for that. We're gonna go to actually view sales reports. This is a very cool tool for you to use when you are, I'm gonna see if I can minimize that. There we go. Okay, I think I made it too big. Where is it going? There it is. So here you're gonna be able to see, oh, sure. Love it, thank you. You can see customer purchase history. So if somebody says, you know, that bar that I ordered last spring, you're like, I have no idea what bar you ordered last spring, but you can go look it up. People who potentially could reorder, you can go and see here. When was the last time, you know, let me look at my orders from 3 months ago, because those people are probably running low on their Scentsy Fresh or their laundry stuff, whatever it is that they borrowed or they bought. And you can even change the time frame as to what dates you're looking at for that. How long ago did they order? Sorry, I can't talk there. The one I'm going to show you right now, as soon as it reloads, I shouldn't have done that, is the Bring Back My Bar report. This will show you anybody who originally voted. Now, you may not have been a consultant back then, and that's okay. I have been a consultant obviously longer than that, and I think I had like 5 people who voted on Bring Back My Bar, and then 2 of them were you guys. We're now teammates, so I can't follow up with you. But what I can do, go to promotions follow-up, hit view, and I'm going to go to Bring Back My Bar purchase history. So these are people who have purchased the bars that are currently available again. So likely if they absolutely loved, you know, bars from previous years that are currently available again, they're going to be in this list. What you can do now, it's going to be like search by customer. I want all the customers. I want all the names. I don't care. I want to know, you know, what I'm going to do. And what I did do last night, actually, and I started following up today, is you're going to hit this button and it's going to say export, and you're going to export it to whatever program you have on your computer that does Excel files. But it'll show you, this is my brother's information actually, and I just texted him today and I told him, hey brother, Southern Evening and Hemingway are back. I don't know if you need any more bars, but if you do, these are 2 that are available again. I don't know if they're your favorites, but it's a point of conversation that I get to now have with all of my customers. Oh, hold on. That are, hold on. Oh, here we go. These are all customers on this yellow part that I've already talked to, and then these are people that I need to follow up with that have purchased bars that are currently available again. What I'm going to offer them is going to be the Scentsy Club. So I'm going to move you guys over one more time. This is a postcard that I actually created on Canva, and I kind of I cut, pasted stuff to kind of make my postcard, but it's talking about Scentsy Club. I want to pair my Bring Back My Bar conversation with Scentsy Club, because they can put those bars that they love into Scentsy Club and get them for life. Even if it's 1 bar every 3 months, which is the least amount of things you can get, you can do that for life. Even if you're the only person in the whole planet who orders that one particular scent, they will keep making it for you. The only exception is if it's like a licensed Disney scent, they will only make it as long as we have a contract with Disney. All right, that is that. Hopefully that was clear enough. And if anybody has any comments or any questions, let me know. Bring back my notes. I think I've covered the majority of what I wanted to talk about tonight. If you don't know a whole lot about Scentsy Club, go and train yourself. There's so many good information, so many good videos. Even go onto your workstation. Oh, there's Amanda. Even going onto your workstation, Jenny, I'll talk to you that afterwards. What was I going to say? Scentsy Club. Go train yourself. There's lots of good videos on the training center and on YouTube that you can find out exactly how to do Scentsy Club. But Scentsy Club, if you get people on Scentsy Club, one, they're going to be great consultants if they want to get paid themselves. If they're ordering, you know, laundry and cleaning products and stuff enough where they're going to be able to just add 1 more or 2 more friends to Scentsy Club, well, then there's their constant PRV every 4 months. Then voila, you don't have to do their orders anymore. They're getting paid on their own orders, and it's numbers that go to your team. Booking Blitz. So again, tomorrow I will be posting information on, we're gonna do some prep work to our Booking Blitz that's happening this weekend. I would ask of you to consider scheduling 1 hour dedicated to a booking blitz this weekend. And I'm going to include Monday in the weekend. Not that it's a weekend, like not that it's a holiday, but I know some of you guys work on the weekends. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, choose an hour to get dedicated. You're going to be seeing 3 posts tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So 1 post a day leading up to the weekend to talk about booking blitz and preparing for that. What you do today in your business, take a pause, dramatic pause. What you do today, and you guys all showed up today. So one, that's like the first step. You showed up, you're already halfway there. Like, I don't even know how to explain this. Showing up is everything. But second of all, you are the actions that you take from the information you receive, whether it's from me or even just trainings that you watch on your own. When you implement those actions, you're planting seeds that are not necessarily going to ripen right away. You don't plant a tree, like an orange tree, and expect to eat an orange next week. At least I hope you don't. And if you do, I want to know where you got that seed. I've had an orange tree in my backyard for like 2 years and it's done nothing. It's barely grown. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. You need to cultivate your relationships with your friends and your family and the people that will help connect you to their friends and their families and their coworkers. But you want to do it in an authentic and genuine way. And when you care about people, like truly care about them and want them to love Scentsy the way you do and want them to experience Scentsy the way you do, and you want them to get it for free, because hello, they're going to learn to like you. They're going to learn to trust you if you do what you say when you say that you're going to do it. Then they're going to want to do business with you. They're going to want to host a party with you. They're going to want to eventually join your team. And then you'll be able to cheer them on. And it's like a great honor when that happens. I'm sure Diana and Nancy and everybody else, Jenny, who have teammates, understand that feeling. So make it genuine when in the coming days over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because we are planning a booking blitz. And I'll talk about this again later. I want you to make it a point that when you're on social media, you're not just scrolling to scroll. Be a little bit more intentional. Not just a little bit, be intentional. When you think of somebody who you scroll past their post and you think, oh, cute, or oh, how funny, don't just keep scrolling, or don't just like or love. I'm a little bit of a love obsessed person. Like I always say love. Try and comment, because that shows that you're genuine and you're building that relationship, you're building that connection with that person, and maybe it might turn into a conversation, and then you're getting to know them a little bit more, and they're getting to know you a little bit more, and they like you a little bit more because you're commenting on their really cute kid or their really cute dog or their really yummy looking food, whatever it is that they posted. And then yeah, you're just cultivating that connection, and it means everything in a business like ours. Okay, we have maybe 5 minutes before, I think, well, it said that we had more time, but does anybody have any questions or anything specifically pertaining to something that they're working on, that they want to ask or share? Because the floor is open. So, and then I'm going to pose a question as well then. What do you guys feel is your biggest hurdle, or the thing that maybe you struggle with most, or what's another way to phrase it? A hurdle or a challenge that you're most scared of, maybe? Anybody want to be vulnerable? Unmute yourself, feel free. Okay, no problem. Before we end tonight, oh, go ahead, Melissa.
Also,
Woo, Melissa!
I'll do it. I struggle with anxiety, so for me, it's, you know, a lot of the not the following up, but like when I've been doing the posts with the warmer yesterday, and so now I'm like stuck on, okay, I've commented a couple times, what do I do now? And my anxiety, I think, kind of makes me hesitate.
So is it that you are thinking that they're thinking something? Or are you imagining what they're thinking, or is it that like you don't know what to say?
Probably a little of both, because I don't want to, like, I want to be, authentic and genuine and all of that. So I don't want to, overdo it. So I think that's what makes me kind of hesitate.
Being mindful of that is awesome, first of all. Diana or Nancy, since you guys have a little bit more in here, do you guys have any suggestions or ideas?
I would say just practice. Just practice. If you want to just do your presentation to yourself in the mirror a few times just to get comfortable with it, but just practice.
That's I totally agree. The more you do it, the less scary it feels, the less weird it feels, because it is a new skill that you're learning.
I always felt like it was hard to talk to people, but then like going to the bank, I just start talking to the teller, and then I get a party, and I forgot I was nervous to talk to them. So it's just keep talking to people, and the more comfortable you feel.
I agree. I agree. The more you do it, the easier you feel doing it.
I watched a training once as a little tip is to compliment them, or if that's not the right moment, ask a question. Like, is there a question that you would have? It does take practice. So like if you as you read a comment maybe on your post, or if you want to screenshot with me, send me a screenshot of one of your conversations on what would you say? I can maybe give you some ideas. I'm happy to do that. Or even onto our team page, maybe everybody can have a little input and some ideas, and we can all brainstorm together, because whatever you're struggling with, I know that there are people who are also struggling with the same thing. Like, believe me, I've been there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Melissa, for sharing and for being vulnerable.
I have a question, Danielle. It goes back to the pre-sale for the child.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out on Monday, so I'm going to start working tomorrow on contacting everybody who I think would be interested. But I have never put an order in and taken their credit card and charged it until I've closed a party. Am I understanding you correctly that you can go ahead and start the mock party and put their order in and put their credit card in and run their credit card even before you're ready to close the party?
No. Well, I guess you could, but I wouldn't do that until you have the child actually in their cart.
Right.
What I'm saying that I do with the pre-order, to hopefully to clarify, I just write their card information down on the order form.
Okay. Yeah, because we can't put it in their cart until they actually release them on Monday. So I was a little confused by that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to accidentally charge somebody. Yeah.
Okay.
Just have I would have it in their cart, but not go to the last page where you enter payment information. Don't do that until Monday when the carts are all correct.
Got it.
Cool. Cool. Well, I'm so super pumped that you guys are all here tonight. So Monday, or not Monday, morning and mugs on Saturday. And I hope to see you guys there. Totally casual, just hang out and have fun. And I'll probably be half asleep. Thank you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night. Oh, here, I'll unmute everybody. Okay, I don't think it worked. It's still saying you're all muted. Oh,
good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.